Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and How to Overachieve Without Overcommitting. And as you can see, we have a nice little shot of nature here. And this is actually going to be a point that has to do with everyday success, because I think a lot of times when people think about success, certainly in the Western culture, there's this conversation around what it is that you need to do. And it's very much of an action-oriented, push, 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 go, 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 kind of thing. And make no mistake about it, being able to be successful and having good work ethic and doing stuff is absolutely super important with success. But there's also this other component that has to do with the law of attraction and specifically energy and flow, which brings us to this river. Now, you can see I wouldn't call it a river. It's actually more of a moving pond. I was actually out on a little nature hike. Deb's back at the house, but I was out. And here's what I want to be able to show with you. So I don't know exactly how much you can see here, if you can see it running or not, but this is pretty still, right? There's a little bit of a current going on here, and maybe you can hear in the background. I'll be still for a second. Right? Hopefully you can hear that in the background of the running water. Now, here's what this has to do with success and being able to be more successful, whether you're an employee looking for a promotion or a pay raise maybe, or whether you're a business owner looking to make more money or get more business or clients, whatever the case may be. All right, think of life as being in this river, right? And what happens is we're all in this river. But what a lot of people do is they are so busy paddling in their canoe that they lose track that the river is actually, and I'm going to bear with me here, this is the bridge I'm standing on. And then if it comes across here, you see this? Okay, shows a little bit more clearly. You can see it right here, the flow, right? Now, what happens is people think that I need to paddle, 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 paddle. And yes, that's the equivalent of the work ethic and the doing, and you need to do some of that, no question. But life has a vibrational energy. It has a flow. It has this is really what we talk about when we talk about the law of attraction. There is a flow that is natural to everybody's life. It's just a world order, okay? It's just how things work. Now, where people make their mistake is they're so busy paddling their canoe and paddling in their boat that they don't realize that sometimes life actually is doing the work for you. So I'm going to point right here, see if this works. See that right there? That's when you actually don't need to paddle, because you can see the current, it's pulling you down. Over here, where it's a little bit, not softer, but more calm, you do have to paddle as much. All right, Brian, you're going to need to unpack this for me. All right, so here's the practical application of this. When we're just going along in everyday life, doing what we need to be doing, we need to be getting up. We need to be going to work. We need to be putting in the effort. That's the paddling that's taking place right here, because we're making our way. But when you get a set of circumstances that comes to you that is unforeseen, it actually happened to me today. Was it today or yesterday? It was yesterday, where I was like, boy, you know what? I could actually use a new client. I swear to God, I was thinking this. I was like, I could use a new client. I was on vacation, taking some time off. I was like, boy, it would be nice to actually have a new client. Well, lo and behold, I had a person who actually is a client, but we were talking about doing some more work. She texts me and says, are we meeting today? Now, it turns out that we actually weren't meeting that day. We were supposed to meet next week. But I thought about it. I had some time. I was like, yeah, matter of fact, we can. I'm thinking to myself, good. We get a chance to get this meeting out of the way, talk with her, wrap up, and we'll see if she wants to do some extra work together. All right. Turns out I'm not sure if she is or isn't. We talked a little bit. We got another meeting scheduled next week, but we got the ball rolling. My point for bringing that up is that I recognized here was when I was paddling. Boy, you know what? I really could use a new client. Haven't gotten one in a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Paddle, 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 do the right thing. And then we got here. And the law of attraction, because I attracted it to me, I was in the flow, again, with this river, and she connected to me and said, hey, listen, what's going on? Now, here's what a lot of people do. They wind up getting into this flow and they resist it. Instead of just stopping paddling and just letting it go and going down the river around the bend, I don't know where this is going exactly, but instead of going around the river and down the bend, what they do is they're paddling like crazy, trying to do this, trying to go faster, trying to get. No, just allow the flow to do it. Now, again, I don't know if that's going to result in a client for me and make me more successful air quotes, you see that? Successful, okay, in terms of doing that. But what I do know is I didn't resist. What I also know is that as an everyday success habit, if you want to look at this practically, what you want to be thinking of is as I go through my life, am I here right now in this instant where I need to be paddling? And then after I've done that, can I then relax a little bit and let the river take me to where it ultimately wants me to go? All right. So that's kind of my thought here for you. Be aware, be cognizant of where you are in this river of life. Life wants to be able, energetically, wants to be able to have you in flow. The thing is, are we going to allow it? And for a lot of type A, go-getters, Western society, type people, the answer is we're just paddling like crazy regardless of where we are. And I'm saying maybe we should take a look at that and instead make it an everyday success habit to be cognizant of where you are and ultimately get into flow for where you want to go. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it's something that you can see yourself doing. As always, feel free to like, share, or comment below. You always can put down whatever it is you're thinking. If you want to push back a little bit, not a problem. If you have some questions, also not a problem. I handle all of that stuff personally, and I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.